Hey everybody, it's Andrew Hutchings here, and once again this is a video that's not like most of mine, and I hope you can hear me with the wind and stuff. It's not that windy, but this is another financial video, and it's why it's a really bad decision to stay in the country that you grew up in. Now it comes down to the fact that if you do stay only in one place, you're not taking full advantage of what that place has to offer. For example, if you grow up in the United States, Australia, United Kingdom, Canada, Norway, somewhere that's a very wealthy place, the amount of money you can accumulate, wealth you can accumulate in a relatively short amount of time goes a long way in other countries. Whereas if you were to stay in your own country, you're going to stay a hamster in a wheel unless you make really good investment decisions. So let's say you grew up in the United States and you have a job like I would like to work as a biochemist. Biochemists only make $60,000 a year, maybe. I mean, I'm sure some make $100,000 or more. But really, I see a lot of job listings for $20 an hour, so it's not, sadly, it's horrible. You go to school for all that time and most people get in debt. And then you get out and you make maybe $40,000 a year, $50,000 a year, maybe $60,000 a year. That'd be a decent salary. Now I know biochemist isn't the best job, but just using it as an example. But if you could work here, even with a $50,000 a year job, and save up your money, and even better, invest your money, because saving your money is not nearly the same as investing your money. You will never be rich just by saving your money unless you're making a mind-blowing amount of money. You'll never be well off either unless you're making a ton of money. I don't care about being rich, I just care about being well off and financially stable. So you're making $50,000 a year here. Let's just say you're gonna keep $40,000 after taxes. I don't know, you maybe keep less, but let's just say $40,000 after taxes. You save that up for 5 or 10 years, and you can pretty much retire and live anywhere in the world besides wealthy first world countries. I mean, that's pretty significant. It means if you start working when you're 22 out of college, you could probably retire by the time you're 30. Just invest your money and move abroad. And I know a lot of people are scared of that because it's oh my God, I don't want to live in Ukraine, I don't want to live in Ecuador, I don't want to live in Mexico, I don't want to live in Thailand. It's why not? If you can have a good life there, why not live there? If you can be happy there, why not live there? I know it's a little difficult when you have family. I have family too, but ultimately you gotta think about what's good for you and your future family, not just your past family. What I mean by that is your parents, your siblings, your grandparents. You have to think about you, your wife, your kids. So yes, if you grew up and you work in a first world wealthy country, you should be able to retire by the time you're 30 and live in a not so wealthy country. Hold on, my arm's getting tired. Now, what if you did not grow up in a wealthy first world country that pays a lot compared to the rest of the world? You may think, oh, you're screwed then. No, you're not. Your benefit is your education costs much, much less than education in this wealthy place. Now, I know there are some wealthy countries that are also kind of socialist, so you don't pay for school. Let's take the United States, for example. If I want to work as a doctor here, not only do I not finish high school until I'm 18 years old, whereas in a lot of other countries you finish at 17, but then I have to go to college or university. You can go to community college 2 years and university for 2 or 3 years, but regardless, you have to go to 4 more years of school at least, and that costs money. Then you have to go to medical school, and that's assuming you get in with no time gap between your previous school and the medical school. So that's another 4 years minimum. Then after medical school here, even though legally you only have to do 1 year of internship, nowadays it's kind of like a de facto, you have to do 4, 5, 6 years of residency because it's hard to get medical coverage insurance as a doctor if you haven't gone through a residency, and hospitals aren't going to hire you. So you're looking at least like 13 years after high school, which is a year longer here. So that's like 14 years after the age of 17 if you want to work as a doctor here. And you're going to have a massive debt because medical school is expensive, and you're already probably in a debt from your normal university or college. Whereas if you grew up in, say, Russia, you finished high school at 17 years old and you went straight to medical university. It takes 6 years. When you're 23, hopefully you have no debt, and if you do, it may seem like a big debt for where you live, but if you come here, it's essentially zero. I'm holding my glasses, but yeah, if you have like $1,000 debt and you come here and work as a doctor, it's essentially like having no debt. So at 23 years old, if you can manage to come here, you are so much ahead of everyone else. Incredibly lucky. Every dollar you make is profit. And then, if you're really smart, you work here for 10 years and you move back home. So regardless of where you grew up and where you went to school or where you were born, you can take advantage of the differences between your country and another country. And you can get a lot more out of life that way. Because really, no country is perfect. The systems are usually all screwed up. Like here in the United States, it's pretty screwed up. You go to college, you get a degree, you get a job, and you're going to be financially screwed unless you make amazing investments. I mean, unless you make good investments. But especially if you want to work as a doctor here, it's really not worth it. Sadly, a lot of people think that they're going to be financially super well off if they work as a doctor here, but it's really not the case because you're going to be in debt until you're in your early 30s. That's a long time to be in debt. That means you can't start saving up and investing money until maybe your mid to late 30s. That's not a good situation. So take advantage of what you have where you live and look at the rest of the world and see how you can take advantage of that. Because you can always take advantage of the differences. Like I said, you grow up here, work for a while, save up, invest, and move to a cheaper country. If you grew up in a cheaper country, take advantage of the fact that you can get a super cheap education and come here. Or work online and take advantage of the fact that you now are the most competitive applicant because someone from here, where I live, the United States, we need a lot of money to live. Like to rent a bedroom is like $1,000 a month. Then you got health insurance, car insurance, gas. I mean, if you're working online, you don't have to use that much gas, but it's expensive to live here. And that's just if you want to live in a single bedroom in a house. To rent your own apartment is a couple $1,000s a month here. And you still have all those other bills. So yeah, if you can hire somebody online, you're going to go to the person who you can pay the least. Somebody living in Asia or India or Russia can get a fifth of the money that they would need to pay you and do the same work. So if you're going to work online, you better not be working from the United States unless you have such an amazing skill set that someone's going to pay you like 10 times more that they're going to pay somebody else. Because it just does not make sense. So I hope this video benefits you. Perhaps you can guess that I have been focusing on finances in my life lately more so than fitness, because life isn't just only about fitness. You actually need to be financially stable to get by. I mean, even though I have great parents, I even struggle to buy enough food for my bodybuilding. I wish I didn't. And I don't want to live at home forever. So yeah, I'm focusing on finances, and life is difficult. I know not everybody has the perfect circumstances to take advantage of these things that I've laid out, or like in my last video. But luckily, if you're a teenager watching this, or even younger, you can make sure that you do take advantage of it. Because once you get older, things in life weigh you down. And you can't take advantage of all the things that you should be able to take advantage of. If I knew this when I was 17, I would have just gone straight to Russia, got a medical degree, and came back here, and I'd be working as a doctor right now. Sadly, I didn't know this. I didn't do this. Hope you like this video. Please like and subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything, and maybe it will help me to become financially free someday. Because this video could very well easily allow you to become financially free and not a hamster in a wheel. 99% of people are a hamster in a wheel. They can't stop working. They're slaves. Now you may go, oh no, they're not slaves. Yes, they are. The only difference is there's no chains. But most people, 99% of people, cannot stop working or they will die. They will not have enough money to live. That's slavery. I don't want to be a slave. You don't want to be a slave. If you're watching this video and you're still in high school, you're incredibly lucky. And you should watch my other video. I mean, I basically said what I said in that other video in this video. But yeah, if you're in high school, you can work up, save some money in a few years, like 4 or 5 years, and move to a lot of other places in the world and have complete financial freedom. You can go to school just because you want to for fun. Learn what you want to learn, do what you want to do, and not have to ever worry about having enough money. I wish I knew this when I was sooner, so please leave a like, a comment, anything. Help me out since I'm helping you out. And yeah, we're all on this journey together to get financially free, unless you're like a multimillionaire or you just don't care about financial freedom. And I know a lot of people think it's crazy that you would actually not have to work in your life, but really, if you just make some good decisions from an early age, you should not be a slave to a job. Except for a few years. Like, I mean, not a few, but like 4 or 5 maybe. I mean, I even look at all the people I know and it's sad. They can't stop working because they don't have the option. They don't have the money and the investments that have money coming in to help them to... You're going to be 60, 70, 80 years old and you're going to be working because you don't have an option. But a lot of people also think that they're going to wait until they're like 40 or 50 or 60 to retire. It's not the way to go. You want to enjoy life when you're young and healthy and you can really enjoy it. You think you're going to enjoy the beach as much when you're 60 years old? You're going to enjoy hiking as much? Yeah, you're still going to enjoy it, but it's not the same as when you're young. You want to become financially free as young as possible and enjoy life as much as possible. You're not going to live forever, and you're not going to be young forever. So hit the like, subscribe, comment, share it with your friends, and check out my other videos, whatever side they're on, or click on my icon, which are about fitness and health. It's nice to have health in your life and fitness. Plus, it can help to have a good body for getting girls, and that can help you be happy too. A friend of mine actually was trying to argue with me. I mean, we weren't arguing. We were just like friendly talking about how we're getting old enough to where your body doesn't matter as much and it's more about money. I'm not in the best shape right now because I've been focusing on finances, not fitness. But yeah, I think I proved to him that the shape you're in does matter even when you're in your 20s, because I get a lot more girls hitting on me than he does. There are a lot more girls interested in me, and he's not in good shape. But he was trying to say that it doesn't matter if you're in good shape. I mean, it's not the only thing that matters, but it does certainly help, and you want to stack all the odds in your favor. Like I said in another video of mine, don't set yourself up for failure. Make your chances of success at whatever you're doing as high as possible. It's just stupid not to. My hair is coming in nicely. Been putting off cutting it, even though people tell me all the time I should cut it for various reasons. My mom thinks I should cut it because I look like a drug addict. My friends say I should cut it because I could get more girls if I did, even though I have a fiance and I don't need girls. But I like growing it. And that's another thing about life. Do what you want to do, not what anyone else says you should do. Figure out what you want to do in life and do it. Don't worry about what someone else says. Don't care about it. Completely disregard it. They can think you're crazy all they want, but at the end of the day, when you end up happy, you will have proved them wrong. And it doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter if you prove them wrong, because they don't matter. Only you matter. It's your life. It's not their life. It only matters if you like your life. So live the life you want to live. Become financially free. Get in good shape. Be healthy.